Hello and welcome back to Own Your Peace. I'm your host, Andie Thueson, and today I have two amazing humans on, and I'm so excited to introduce you to them. I have Crystal Kelly and Tiff Grubaugh. Did I get that right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay, perfect. Crystal is an intuitive guide, and she's one of the most mystical, magical people I have met. She knows all about Akashic records. She is the astrology queen and just all things the mystical realm. She is the perfect guide for all those things. And I'm just getting to know Tiff, but she has a beautiful foundation in as a personal trainer and knowing all about the body. And her and I connect on that because that used to be my world as well. So I'm excited for them to share their story and talk about this beautiful partnership that they're creating called Strength and Soul, which of course is blending that personal trainer, that physical body business with that of the soul. And I think this is such a perfect time to bring this forward. And it makes so much sense as we're moving through this North Node, South Node transition in Pisces and Virgo, where it is very much about the body and the soul. And what a perfect time for this to come forward. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you guys here.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be
Yeah,
here.
thank you so much.
All right. Well, I will let you go into how this came to be, your story, and how you guys both landed where you are now. Who wants to go first? No pressure. Okay, Crystal, you go first.
Well, okay, so I was born, just kidding.
We're going all the way
We're
back.
gonna go all the way back.
We're going to go talk about birth stories and
Your
trauma from birth.
ancestors.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast, I'm sure.
Okay, so I grew up in Utah. I grew up Mormon. I grew up not knowing what an intuition was. When I heard people say intuition, I literally would think in my head, like, I wonder what that is. Because I thought everything was the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, every inclination that I had. And I was having a lot of cool experiences, but I always thought it was something outside of me. And so through the process of maturation, individuation, connecting with myself as you do when you get older, like I realized I was living a life that was not aligned. I was in a marriage that I was very unhappy, and I was questioning the religion that I was in and questioning so many things that I believed because I was so unhappy. And no matter what I did or how I went about it, I still felt miserable. And so, I mean, pain is a great teacher, like emotional pain. So eventually realizing through going to yoga, sorry, I'm feeling to tell this story about yoga, which I did not even tell you. Is that okay?
Let's get into it. Yeah, actually, I'm very interested because a lot of people start with yoga. I feel like a really safe starting place on a very spiritual journey.
Yeah. So I was in a lot of emotional pain, and I wasn't sure how to get out of it because the only guidance that I had known how to access was through the religion, but it was the religion that I was leaving. And so it was kind of like I couldn't go there. And one day I just had this feeling, Google meditative yoga. And so I was like, okay. And so I Googled it and I saw these different yoga studios come up. And I've never been one who did yoga. Like I didn't know anything about any of that. So I saw a studio name that stood out to me, and I just clicked on it and I looked at their schedule, and they had a Thursday morning class. And at this time, my daughter was in preschool. And so there was like a window where she was in preschool for just like 2 hours, and there was a yoga class then. So I was like, that sounds good. I clicked on it and booked it. And then I went and I sat in the back corner and I just was kind of like observing and participating, and just like by the end of it cried my way through and was feeling so strong. The spirit, what I had been taught was the Holy Spirit, that you could only feel in certain places and if you do certain things. And there I was doing something that wasn't church sanctioned.
Yeah.
The things they were teaching were you're born whole, you are complete. And then we go through life forgetting that, and then the healing is remembering it again. And I was sobbing like I felt the narrative of being born broken, the fallen state of man, like constantly having to make up for who I am and constantly like have to earn this perfection. No unperfect thing, no unclean thing could ever be with God. All of this stuff that had really weighed so heavy on me and like torn me apart my whole life, because I'm not perfect, and no one is, but that really was hard for me. And so having that experience of just all of that like melt away, where I had with this knowing, like I'm walking away from my life as I know it, basically in that moment, like
Yeah.
because it was almost like permission to trust myself, to believe that I'm whole and good, and any like quote unquote patriarchy, whatever it is that you believe that like keeps us separated from the feminine energy, from this intuitive life force, the first and only step would be to have you combat it against yourself, thinking that you're not worthy, that you're not whole, and that you don't have a voice, including your own intuitive voice. So having that shift and continuing to connect with my body through yoga, through meditation, through other ways, and also like my intuition. Like I remember crying and writing a letter like to myself, to my soul, to my like I'm so sorry that I thought you were some ghost or some guy in the sky. I'm so sorry that all of these cool experiences I thought I could only have if I earned them and I was worthy, and I hoped it would happen again, where it really turns out I'm just really psychic, really intuitive. I've been having all these cool experiences my whole life and never gave myself the credit, and my self-worth like went up exponentially the more memories that had come back to me of like, oh my gosh, that was me. Like that was me. That was so cool. You know, like
It was me the whole time.
the whole freaking time. Are you kidding? Like what? Right? So like I am so passionate about exploring that. And then from there, I was like, astrology, I'm like lapping it up, delicious, you know, like, oh, what are the stars saying? Like, it like opened up this channel of like, oh, whatever I'm drawn to or I have a feeling about, I can trust it because it's me and I'm good and I'm born freaking whole. And like any challenge is just like sloughing off anything that tells you against that. So I've just been like shooting off, expanding just in most beautiful ways, and like it's such my goal and my passion to help everyone do that, like to trust themselves. How
Yes.
cool are you? You know, you're so cool. Humans are so awesome. And like to like get rid of that like, narrative, you can't listen to yourself, that you don't know, or what should I be doing? And it's like, you do know, you're awesome. Right? So I'm
Yes.
just like, I am so passionate. That's about it. That's how I got my start. And then meeting my partner in love and in life, and then now in work, I'm learning more about the body and like more with connecting in that way too. And it's all, you know, as within, so without, as above, so below, like as the body, so the spirit. So I'm having so much fun with like the spirit, and I haven't known as much with the body, but if it's the balance, then it's going to be a good time too, you know? So I'm still like learning and going that way, but it's really fun because we balance each other out that way, because she's like a rock star with her history and her depth of knowledge. And you want to share about that?
Yeah, let's hear about your magic. I'm just going to pause for just a moment because I feel like so many people identify with what you just said. Because so many of us, whether it be the Mormon faith or whether it be any organized
Yes,
religion,
yes,
we're told that the only way we can connect to God, to you know, any wisdom
yes.
is through outside of ourselves.
Mhm.
And so many of us grew up as sensitive, intuitive kids, imaginative kids, whatever you want to call it, where we couldn't make sense of that. And I think for me, my story is very similar to yours. It was like I was constantly having these experiences that didn't make sense within the confines of a religion. And when I finally was like, I can't reconcile these two anymore, because I'm feeling like this is so true and so much a part of me, but it doesn't fit the narrative that I've been raised in, and finding out that I don't have to try to play the mental gymnastics to make them fit anymore.
Yeah.
And then stepping into that. And honestly, I want everyone to know that you don't have to just be in a religion to get these experiences. And you know, you're a good example of that. I'm a good example. I'm sure Tiff, you have the same kind of story where it's like, actually, no, when you take away the, you know, the mediator,
Mhm.
that's when things really open up and you're even more of a channel. You're even more connected to this universal love, this universal light,
Yeah.
this universal intelligence that wants to breathe through you, and you're a part of it. I love your story. And I think so many people are going to identify with that so deeply. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to hear about Tiff and her story.
Okay, yes. I mean, from the time I can remember, like, I have always been so physical, like running around. And as soon as I got into sports, like, I'm pretty sure I told my parents I wanted to play basketball. Like, it wasn't like they showed me this thing. Like, I just saw someone playing it in their driveway and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Responding.
My
She's a
first
generator.
My first word was ball. That's women.
I love that so much.
That's so
And
cute.
yeah, like as a kid, I was running around in the woods, and I played basketball from like kindergarten through college, and then I played professionally in Germany. From the time I was even in middle school, I was reading up how to become a better athlete, like strength and conditioning wise, not just skill playing on the court, but how can I be faster? How can I be stronger? How can I jump higher? I was obsessed with jumping really high. And then I also was on the track team. The track coach came to my science class and pulled me out and was like, hey, I want you to try this throwing thing, shot put and discus. And so I did that, and I ended up being a state champion in high school in shot put and discus. And then in college, I played basketball, and then I threw shot put, discus, and javelin, and kind of taught myself how to throw the javelin because track was new to my college that year, and we didn't really have coaches. So anyway, sports and physical was just my life. Once I was done, I felt like I just wanted to give people, well, let me back up a little bit. I also want to say that, like, it felt like when I was playing sports and being active, I felt so alive. And I felt in my regular life, I also grew up Mormon, and I was born into like a very passive family that was like, be quiet, be don't draw attention. Everyone else is important. Make sure you're like aware of everyone else's feelings. I just felt like when I was playing sports, it was like my true self was alive. It felt so good. So when I decided on a career, I wanted to give people the experience of like knowing your greatness by like how strong you are, and your physical power can like really carry over to your life. And I also got really into like mindset and learning from Tony Robbins, like you can create your reality by focusing your energy where you want it to go. Energy flows where your focus goes. So I was very physical and mental focused. And then eventually, I think it was like, now that I've learned about being holistic, and like there's actually physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, like I was like so lopsided on the physical and mental that like I literally tore my Achilles tendon. Like my body was like, you need to like sit down and like take a look at how you're very lopsided, and there's like this whole other aspect of you that you're not even aware of or paying attention to. And for the past 3 years, I've been like just really focusing more on that, and I have become a Reiki master and learning more about the energy and holistic wellness. I feel like I've just completely changed my philosophy on how I work with people. And then learning so much, about the things that Crystal knows, it feels like we're just so complementary. And we were telling you before the podcast, I had a retreat business called Strength and Sand Retreats, and she called her business Surrender to Soul. And so it was just a really cool way to just like merge our names.
You just fuse them together. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, you each brought something to it, and you absolutely do. Like, I love this concept because I think sometimes there's this huge gap between the two where it's like, if you're really spiritual, you're in that world and you're like, I don't really want to do the whole 3D physical, take care of the body thing. And or it's the opposite. You're like so into the physical fitness that you don't pay attention to the soul. And I think for true success, for true wholeness within the body. I mean, we're born whole, we all know that, but like actual like feeling really landed, feeling really grounded in your body. I think it's so important because it's so easy, especially for people who identify as intuitives and spiritual, to be in a body. We don't really love it.
Yeah.
Like it takes some work to like actually ground in and acknowledge that we are in a body. Or I'm just speaking from personal experience.
No.
Right. And then we come from the other realm of like just truly being in a body and not actually accessing this other part of ourselves. So this is so complementary. And I think when you really are able to bridge these together and with the work that you guys are doing, It's pure power. Both Crystal and Tiff, you have brought their magic into Ignite Your Type, and they really highlight this so deeply within Ignite Your Type. So if you're not a member of that, why are you not? So their magic's in there. What does this look like for you guys as you're starting to weave these together and build this new strength and soul concept?
Do you want to say
You
it?
go first.
The cool thing is, I feel like we've been allowing it to evolve into like what it feels like it should be, instead of like me saying, this is what I've done before, this is what I know, let's make a plan, and this is what we're doing. It's coming together. It's pretty cool. So we hosted a retreat earlier this year, and we want to do more of those, like maybe
So
one or two
fun.
a year. And then different events. Crystal is also a sound bath practitioner. So we'll be hosting events.
Like events and workshops and individual coaching. There's more being like birthed through us, we're only just beginning. The way that our gifts play off so well and balance and the yin yang of everything, like we both feel more things coming through than what we're doing now, but that's where we're headed, bringing our individual specialities together and hosting workshops, retreats, individual coaching, individual, like she does like somatic body work and with Reiki energy, and I do individual readings, but the evolution it's in the process. So
yeah, I think we'll continue to have our own individual clients that we work with,
Yeah.
but then we'll also do things together.
Mhm.
I'm opening up personal training again online and in person, and I plan to incorporate energy work and somatic and breath work and all the mindfulness with my personal training. And then Crystal also does readings that she works with people individually.
And
so.
also, I mean, I've been doing readings for the past 5 years, and I feel an evolution coming to, which I love doing readings. I love sitting with people and seeing their like spark and seeing, like, reflecting to them what they don't see and being like, how powerful, but so I don't ever want to stop, but I feel a shift to like more than seeing for people. I would love to help them learn how to like see themselves, like for themselves. So I'm starting like intuitive Akashic Records circles where we like get together as a group and practice, because it's an activation to do. It's a reading is an activation, but it's a reading to do it with other people, and you're all in there together. Your gifts are amplified. All the messages that come through are for everyone. The Akashic Records, the more you practice, the better you get. Well, same with everything, but
Right.
I feel passionate about like starting a community, these community circles of connection to connect with other people who are honing their gifts, and we can all like give and receive in that way. So that's a shift I feel coming.
And so you're starting like boots on the ground in Arizona.
Yeah.
So where in Arizona are you?
Chandler,
Chandler. Okay.
like south of Phoenix.
Did you know that I grew up in Mesa, Arizona?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm from. So like when you say Arizona, I'm like, oh, I miss home. I
my
miss the
gosh.
heat.
So you got those desert vibes.
Oh, I have strong desert vibes. This is about the time where every year I'm like, why do we live in Utah? Why are we here? I don't get it.
We'll visit you in July when it's 116 degrees. That's
Sounds
what
good.
it was when we drove in at midnight, and my kids were like, Mom, we hadn't even gotten out of the car yet. Like, Mom, touch the glass on the car window. It's really hot. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. At midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
Yeah.
I remember we got married in August, my husband and I, in Arizona, and his little cute little Idaho family came down, and they were like, when is it gonna cool off? I'm like, it is cooled off. It's like 90
October.
degrees. It was like 110 today. Now it's like 90. It's cooled off. Yeah. And then I go up there for our wedding up in Idaho, and I'm like, is freezing as soon as that sun goes down. So it took some acclimation for our lifestyles to like melt. And now we're like in the middle now in Utah. But still, why?
That's good. Well, you bring that balance to each other though, right?
We do. We really do. But yeah, so if you're listening and you're in the Chandler area, they can start coming to your events. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure that's in the show notes. So
thank you.
yeah, so they can find you. And are you like, I know you've talked about like going more on the online space so more people can find you online. Is that something that's like kind of in the works? Speaking of somebody who cannot be there in person.
Huh? Yeah, we want to do a mix of online and in person because we do have connections with people all over the world. And so I would love to um, connect in that way and also locally, and yeah.
During COVID, I got a lot of experience doing Zoom sessions, Zoom personal training sessions.
Yeah.
Plan is to do that again if people are interested in working out from home.
Yeah. And my intuitive circles are on Zoom. I would like to do some stuff in person, but right now I'm doing them on Zoom.
Yeah, I love that blend because I think there's something really special when we can meet in person versus being online. Like I do readings all the time, all day long on Zoom. When every once in a while I'll do an in-person reading and it's just a little bit different. I'm able to tap in just even deeper. But yeah, so I think that's really cool that you're going to be able to blend both of those. So, what can someone expect when they're working with both of you at a retreat?
I'm like remembering the feeling of what that felt like. It was so gorgeous. Like we just work in this flow and Tiff brings this like strength and presence. If you haven't been around her, she feels like if you've been around the redwood trees that are like bigger than your car and taller than, like who've been here since, I don't know, but like forever. That is what Tiff feels like. Her presence is so incredibly grounding. And then my like laser sharp vision, you just feel like really held and stable and grounded. And then like seen in ways that you haven't been by strangers very often in your life. And so when we did our retreat, we really held space in that way and offered support in that way. And yeah, do you want to say something?
Sure. Yeah. What I love about retreats is that you get a chance to leave your everyday life, and it gives you the opportunity to have some space between your life and get like a bigger picture of what's going on. And you're with people who want to hold space for you and support you. And the other attendees are also like on the same wavelength. Like they're also there to be held and supported and learn more about themselves. So the environment and then like the vibe is just loving and powerful and healing. And I think what I love about working with Crystal is I think together we can get a feeling for what the people there need. We'll have like a kind of like a plan, but then we can adjust it accordingly to like what we feel people there really need. And I know that we'll continue to incorporate the elements and
astrology. And we bring all of our gifts. We don't hold anything back. Some retreats are like add-ons or to get this with me book later, but we're just like we're all in it. Like if you have us, you have us. If you want to sit with me and look at your chart, let's do it. If you want to like ask Tiff to do some body work on you, great. Like we just like fit it in and everyone got what they needed and we had so much fun doing it. And I remember one of our attendees on the last day, she texted me that morning. She hadn't come out of her room yet. And she's like, I'm afraid to go back to my regular life because I'm not sure, like she'd uncovered feelings that like a feeling of like something, a knowing, like, of like that she hadn't really sat with before. And now she was like, how do I keep this feeling going with me? Like, I'm afraid if I go home, I'm going to lose it. And I want to carry this forward. And so throughout the weekend, we had taught different techniques and ways to connect with yourself. And so at the ending circle, like we did a meditation and a visualization where you connect into your power and your future and just like reminding them of different tools, but holding them in the vision that we saw them in the weekend and integration call afterward, there's support kind of after to like, to help carry that forward. But it was a beautiful experience. And I was like flattered to receive that text, even though she didn't mean it as like a compliment to me, but I was just like, this is a compliment, like I'm really proud of the work that we did together. And I know we're going to do so much more. We did it in Joshua Tree, California. And next time we want to do it in Sedona. So that'll be fun.
So cool.
Thanks,
I have
guys.
to add, when you get those texts as a projector, Crystal's also a projector like myself. And when we get feedback, it's everything. It like literally changes everything for us when we get that feedback because it's so important for us to feel seen. It just is solidifying to us that we're on the right lane, that we're doing it, that we're being received, that we're being recognized for our gifts. So I as a projector get how like I get it. I totally get it. It's like I want to say like it's a drug, but it kind of is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and can we talk about like bringing our human design into it?
Yeah.
Tiff is a generator. She's a 2-4 generator. She's just this like natural, and like gets shit done. And I'm like, and constantly in our relationship and at the retreat, I kept being like, oh, like forgetting, like I don't need to do everything that she's doing. And sometimes she's like, babe, I'm a generator. Like you don't have to do everything I'm doing. Like I'm like, are you okay doing so much more than me? And she's like, yeah, don't compare. She's like, this feels good. Like I need to do this, And so I'm like, all right. So it's great. Like I'll see something, she makes it happen. Or I'm like, I'm starting to feel something about this. She's like, oh, I saw it over there. I already know. I already did this. So our energy as a projector and a generator works so well. It's really
It's one of my favorite pairings because generators are just so like focused when it's doing this something that they light up, that they're lit up about. And then the projector just sees it all. So yeah, it just helps them land whatever that they have going on up here.
yeah.
Because projectors, we're in our head a lot. And that generator energy just really grounding it in. It's beautiful. It's such a great pairing. And I'm actually taking applications for a generator in my life to help me grow my business. I have my man-gen husband at home that helps keep everything at the house level, like taken care of and done. I don't know how to keep up with him, but he's amazing. So I get how that pairing can be so powerful in a business partnership, but also like where you guys are lucky enough where you guys get to do all those things together. It's really powerful. And I love the 1-3-2-4 combo. Like it's just, it's really fun. Okay. Now tell me your sun signs because that makes it even more fun.
Okay.
Okay. Your big three. Let's just go there.
Big three. So I'm a Capricorn sun, Aries moon, Virgo rising.
Okay. So you got some builder energy in there too.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
She's a Gemini moon and a Cancer rising.
That's interesting. Okay, so she's got the grounding energy of the generator, but she's got a lot of like more of the intuitive energy in her big three. And you've got like the grounding energy in your big three, but your projector's like bringing in the intuitiveness. So it's kind of, wow, that's such a beautiful pairing. I really love that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's very cool. I wouldn't have expected that, which is so fun.
Yeah. Well, and it's like goes to show like what your sign paired with like what planets are in it and what house they're in and what like all of that. Like when people are often surprised I'm a Capricorn. I'm like, well, I have Neptune and Jupiter, in Capricorn. It's in the 5th house, and like different things that like change the energy of it. But
absolutely,
it's why it's so fun. Like astrology is so unique and personal. Like it should be lumped with just the monthly horoscope. Like there's so many ways to look at it.
I know when people are just focused on their sun sign, I'm like, oh, honey, that's like nothing. There's so like, that tells me absolutely nothing about you.
Yeah.
If you're just focusing on your sun sign.
Yeah. Although I used to want to disown being a Capricorn completely because all anyone ever talked about was like work. I'm like, I don't want to freaking work. I'm a projector. Like, why are we like exalting work? But now I'm encouraged by it because like Capricorns are like destined for success, like it's a bumpy road at first, but success for sure. And that's projector signature. So I can see where
they go together. And I think, and this is something I really wish people understood more about Capricorns. They get a bad rap for just being so earthly and like so focused and all the drive and all the stereotypes, but they're actually highly intuitive.
Yeah.
And probably one of the more intuitive signs, but they don't take credit for that.
Yeah. Capricorn is the last, like Saturn's the last planet that's visible with the naked eye before you get into all of the,
the outer planets. Yeah.
Really outer planets that are really mystical but my mind is but mystical and like spiritual. But Capricorn is right there on the border where it's like people can see it from Earth and it's right there on the edge. So I feel like Capricorn is both, like
absolutely
the sea goat, like the tail of the mermaid can go down to the depths of the ocean and then go all the way up the mountain goat, like all the way up to the top of the highest mountain. So I fall in love with being a Capricorn.
No, I definitely think it's like, and I think that's why they are so successful is because they are able to leverage both. their intuition and their ability to like make things happen.
Yeah. Wait, remind me yours again.
Okay, let's go. A Cancer Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Sag Rising.
Oh, okay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, and my son's in the 8th house, my moon's in the 12th house, which is so fun. And then obviously Sag first house, but yeah, so yeah, I'm here to be a little mystical
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
and not drown.
And not drowned. Yeah, reach for the sky, like channel the wisdom from the stars for sure. That Sag is such cool energy. It
Yeah.
really is so cool. Happy Sag season, by the way.
Yes, I'm definitely feeling Sag season. It's like my favorite time of year. It's like when I have like the most energy, but also at the same time just want to chill. So it's kind of this fun little vibe that I play every time this time of year.
Yeah. Well, you're Cancer Sun and you're Cancer Rising. Like, no wonder you guys have hit it off before, like even
Yeah.
meeting really, like online.
When you just can feel people's energy through what they're putting out into the world. I have never met Tiff before, but like because of Crystal, I started interacting with Tiff and you can feel people's energy by their content. And I just knew she was just had this big, big heart. And just again, you can feel that groundedness with her. I totally get that. Like that grounded, steady, solid energy. And it's so beautiful. The content you're putting out there is so beautiful. So thank you for that. We need more bright lights out there shining brightly. So
Thank
I
you.
always love seeing other people putting themselves out there because it's not for the faint of heart to continually try to put yourself out there and build something.
Yeah. I mean, you only can do it if you really love it, right? Staying connected into like our love for what we do is always what brings us back to like more energy. Like this weekend, we went to a holiday open house for like a studio. We wanted to connect more with local people. And like the next day, I had so much energy. Like I was like walking around, swinging my hips. Like I was like, and it wasn't even, it's not like we made a whole bunch of money or like it just was that I had spent an entire day doing readings with people and connecting with people and talking about all of the stuff that we love and watching Tiff do energy work on people, and I just was like grinning and like checking her out while she's doing it. Like I'm so happy. I feel lucky and honored that like I get to do what I love and that I even have the chance to be scared while doing it, because it means I'm doing it, right?
Yeah, it means you're putting yourself out there.
Experience the like because it means I'm blazing my own trail and taking my own path. So it's an honor. I'm excited.
Absolutely. And remind me again, are you markets?
I'm kitchens.
Kitchens. Okay. So yeah, that alchemy of creation, that's going to totally light you up.
Dry kitchens.
Dry kitchens. So you're in the right.
Yeah.
Arizona's a good call for you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So just circling back for, what we're just talking about, there is a place on your human design chart where you are the most lit up, where you get the most ideas, and that is your environment. So markets is what I am, which is like I come alive when I do readings and when I'm talking and interacting with people. So for some reason, I thought we had the same on that, but
they're kind of similar though.
They're very similar. It's the exchanging of energy and the creation of energy for sure. Those are kind of like in that same realms. With kitchens, it's also got this really weird connection to humidity. So if you're wet, you need the humidity. It makes you alive. If you go to a really humid place, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It has a weird.
It's really good for me. Yeah.
Yeah, dry is really good for you. And it's so interesting. Anyone that I talk to who has kitchens with that humidity, whether it be dry or wet, they're so sensitive to humidity. It's crazy. They're like, I literally just have a humidifier going in my office right now. How did you know that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That makes so much sense. It's true. And even as a kid, I hated even getting out of the shower, how humid it was in the bathroom. I'd be like I can't breathe, like I've never loved it. So when I learned that about my environment, it made so much sense.
So you might want to set a trip for like August in Arizona. Monsoon season. It is the worst.
Yeah.
It's so humid. Oh,
we experienced some of those crazy storms. Wild.
They're fun to watch, but like the humidity is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wrap it up with you guys kind of sharing a little bit of your magic so people can experience your energy. Crystal, why don't you share one of your favorite ways to help people instantly connect to their intuition?
Well, I shared it in Ignite Your Type, but something along those lines, connecting to your breath and visualizing. I learned this in yoga, but like visualizing with every breath what you're carrying, what you're stressed about falls off of you, and moving intuitively, stretching what needs to be stretched, have your eyes closed, like go inward. A lot of visualization, really exhaling what is heavy, what you don't need. Sometimes it feels like we're gripped on so tight to like the problem that we want an answer to, when really the way to get the answer is to set it down and just be able to like be in yourself as peacefully as you can. I like to do breath of fire because that really will clear you out quick. Like within 1 minute or 3 minutes is best, but if you can do 60 seconds of breath of fire, it just clears you out. It clears your mind chatter. Expands your aura. It's protection for your energy. It really gets you like in your own energy and like clears anxiety. So you're calm and in your body and wisdom can come through your channel. So I always am doing breath and visualization of clearing out my body, clearing out my aura. That would be my tip to connect with your intuition for sure. Yeah.
That's it's such a simple thing, but like it changes everything. And it's just coming back home to yourself. I think sometimes we put so much of our power outside of ourselves, whether that be gurus that we follow and things like that, and just coming back because our body already knows the answers. Yes, it's super helpful to connect with people like you, people like myself. I think any intuitive, any guide, any coach you work with, the truly, really good ones. And when you're trying to hire a coach, when you're trying to hire a guide, if they're not guiding you back to yourself, you need to find a different coach.
Amen. Yeah.
If they're constantly making you feel like you need them,
Yeah. It's an energy siphon. You don't want
it's the energy siphon. So if they can guide you back to yourself, guide you back to your power, help you hold your power, that's who you want to work with.
Yeah.
And I've worked with Crystal and she's 100% that. Like she's helping you stand in your power. She's helping you see yourself like you've never seen yourself before. It's pure projector magic. She owns it. She's got that full crown on, and she's absolutely a beautiful human. Yeah. Okay. We talked about connecting to your soul. What's one of the things that people can really do, either somatic healing or something like that, that really helps them really be super grounded in their bodies and moving their bodies in new ways?
Yeah. Oh, well, I would like to say that I think the reason why people exercise a lot of the time has to do with other people's opinions. Their goal is, I want to change my body to look a certain way so that other people accept how my body looks, you know? And I think what I love about the approach I'm taking now is I help people come back to themselves as well. And I remind you, like, this body is your vehicle for this life. And, you know, we've all heard the saying, your body is a temple, but like, your body wants to work with you. Like, we've both had experiences doing energy work on each other where, like, we can feel how our bodies like love us and want to and they like
They want to be
are
friends.
they want to be part of this like experience, this human experience. And it's like, if we can get our mindset and our soul and everything like in alignment, things just start becoming easier. I think people want to exercise because they know it's good for them, but then they also dread it because they've had experiences where it's just not fun and it drains them and they don't have enough energy, and or it's really hard. Like it, you know, it can be hard, but I feel like when you do it in relationship with your body and you start where you are and like just start moving your energy and you feel your life force energy and then move from there, and like this progressive overload that's like slow and blooming. It's just such a better experience, I believe. So that's what I want to help people experience.
Snaps to that, to everything you just said. That's so magic. No truer words have ever been spoken. Like the personal industry of like working out, all that, that can get really toxic.
Yes.
Where it is all about what you look like and how you look like, what size you are, like all those things. But when you can like strip all that away and really deeply understand that this is your meat suit, this is what's carrying your soul, and to really learn how to take care of it, not from a judgmental space, but from, I want to take care of this vessel that I've been entrusted, and really treat it and nourish it in a way that's going to honor my soul so that I can do the work that I'm here to do. Because you need both.
Yeah.
And if you're not taking care of your meat suit, your human, you're not going to be able to do the work that your soul came here to do. And I love that flip. I'm guilty of this where I was very much wanting to look a certain way or show up in a certain way because that's just being a woman and all the pressure to look a certain way. But as soon as I let go of that and it was like, you know what? I feel like walking today.
Yes.
I feel like doing this today. And I stopped doing what I felt like I should be doing. And I just really listened to what my body needed that day. One of my favorite, I'm sure you do this too, is like, what is my body's medicine today?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
beautiful.
That's such a huge message too that needs to be heard because I have a bachelor's and a master's in exercise science. And honestly, I feel like I could throw almost all of it out the window now because every single person is so different.
Oh, yeah.
And not every single person needs to eat like 1.5 times their body weight in grams of protein. It's not like a one size fits all. And I feel like if one message I could tell people is use your own intuition with what your body needs to, like how you need to move, what you need to eat. Don't just listen to what everyone else is saying, the expert is saying, because they don't know you.
That's so powerful. And I think it's something we forget. And I love that, a couple weeks ago, I had Julie on and she talked about the astrology and like how just even looking at your astrology chart, your body needs different things versus just everything. And even I echo that into human design. I can look at your human design chart and be like, well, this is, what your body needs based on your human design. Like the way a generator moves is completely different than how a projector should move. We have to stop following these subscripts of like what we should be doing or these little teeny boppers who are 20 and, looking amazing and we're buying their programs and we think it's going to work for us, but like, we're not them. It's not going to work for us the way that worked for them. Um, but yeah, I echo everything you just said. It's so important when we come back home to ourselves and really connect with and have someone like Tiff who can really help us connect with our bodies and what our bodies need, but also knowing that there is science, there is actual methodology to taking care of a body as opposed to just going willy-nilly and like not doing anything in alignment with like understanding the body. It's a safe space to land for someone who's not quite sure on those things, but they do want to deeply connect to their body. So I'm grateful that you're creating that safe space for people who want to make those changes, but they don't know where to start because a lot of us don't. We think that we have to do it this way, but there's other options. Yeah. And I feel like that's definitely an underserved market. So thank you for holding that space for people and helping them to, take care of their bodies, but also listen and connect those two together. So I love that what you guys are doing and what you're creating. And this has been such a valuable episode for people to hear. And I think there's going to be a lot of permission slips given.
I hope so.
We covered a lot of ground, like understanding and permission slips to like trusting yourself again, coming back to that intuition, especially where you may have grown up in a very religious, even culturally, even where power's outside of ourselves. And really taking that back and really listening to yourself, listening to your connection with the divine, and then connecting deeply with your body and what your body's needs are and really finding people who can help you along the way to make those connections even stronger. And that's the work that all three of us are doing here on this earth. It's like we're really helping people guide themselves back to themselves and giving them space for that.
Amen. I know. I love that we're all so passionate about that and doing it in our own like flavors and ways. And I really feel like Neptune and Aries, that's coming up. So huge. But like Aries, the first house, that's the physical body, and Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, like the spiritual realm is like moving into the physical body. And so we're moving into this new era of like DNA coded in our cells. Like instead of reaching out here, it's in here, like in here, merging body, heart, mind, and spirit, like really through just like buzzing through everything in the body. And you're either going to be in or you're going to be like completely checked out, with how Neptune works. I'm excited for it. Our spirituality is only going to take us further into the body.
We're going to reclaim so much power we're using, like not living in alignment with our truth to pretend that we're a certain way. It takes so much energy. So I'm so excited for this to keep spreading and more people to take back their power.
We have that movement. We have got a couple other big planetary movements that are all echoing that same thing. And I'm sure you're kind of tapping into this already, Crystal, but they're already, just talking to people and because I love just having these conversations and people look at me like they're like, I'm weird, or they're like, yes, I get it.
Yes.
So it's always fun to see which way the conversation goes. For many years been up here, like in my higher chakras. I feel like everyone is feeling this where they're feeling this drop into the heart space where we're not leading from up here anymore. We're leading from the heart. And I feel like we felt it really strong when it had gone into Aries for a little bit. Now it's retrograde back in Pisces. So it kind of has like dissolved a little bit, but I feel like the closer it comes back to being direct in Aries, we're going to continue to feel that heart space opening and being led more from that space, as opposed to up here where it's easier to manipulate, it's easier to control. But when we're like really landed in our hearts, we're not going to be as easily manipulated and controlled.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many people are already kind of feeling that landing.
That surrender to your own presence, your own power.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
anchored in.
Yeah. And that new evolution of the human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might have gone a little esoteric there, but I'm here.
I feel like your listeners will get it.
Yeah.
No, they will. They get it. They're here for the weird. All right. Well, thank you so much. Before we go, I always like to end with this question. What is your piece of the collective puzzle?
My piece is to trust yourself. Yeah. That's mic drop.
I love it. Perfect mic drop.
Yeah. Trust yourself.
My piece is to know that your power comes from within you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not out there. It's not something you can get from other people. It comes from within you.
I love that so much. And that's why you guys are creating so much magic together. So thank you so much for being on the show. I'll make sure all their contact information is in the show notes so you can connect with Crystal and Tiff, either offline in Arizona or online with all the different communities and online circles they're creating. And of course, you can find them inside Ignite Your Type. Much love, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.